Hey, hello, hi, good morning. This is me, Rabah Fatma. Welcome to the Power Minute interview with your host, Rabah Fatma. Here we bring you stories of inspiration, empowerment, and transformation featuring remarkable individuals from diverse walks of life. Today, we are honored to welcome Ms. Susie, an extraordinary guest with a wealth of experience and insight. Susie is a registered nurse, holistic life and coach, mental health educate, motivational speaker, and screenwriter. As a chief energy officer at Life Enhancing Pathways, Susie believes in the power of healing from within, guiding people toward health recovery and the prevention of disease. A lifelong learner, Susie is passionate about inspiring others to lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. She also brings a unique perspective as Sayyida Fatma Gilani, her Muslim identity. Also, alongside her personal journey of love and partnership with her husband, Sayyid Bilal Hassan Gilani. Join us for an engaging conversation as we explore Susie's journey, insight on holistic healing, mental well being, and her mission to empower others. Let's dive in. Welcome, Susie. Good morning. How are you?
I am fabulous, fabulous. Honored to be here as your guest today.
How are you? Can you tell me more about yourself, or you want to add something about your introduction?
Well, I am a little tired today because I pitched my one of my amazing life stories to a television producer this morning early, and so I was up all night preparing for the interview with this production company out of Los Angeles, Hollywood.
Oh, really? That's great. You looking so active at this time. Really, you give too much energy also to me. Highly
Don't
appreciate it.
Don't look too close. Don't look too close.
If I talk about your personal and professional journey, so can you tell me what inspired you to specialize in holistic health and mental health advocacy?
Yes. Well, to start with the first part of the question, I was an oncology nurse as a brand new nurse. I was a nurse's aide, then I went on to be an LPN, and then I went right on to be an RN. And I got to work at a very prestigious cancer hospital in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, Fox Chase Cancer Center. And as a young brand new nurse, I got to see firsthand a lot of suffering and a lot of uh, sickness and illness of cancers. And also, when I worked there, it was during the AIDS epidemic when HIV and AIDS was first coming out, and patients had AIDS patients had Kaposi's sarcoma, which was cancer all over their face, and many of the nurses were afraid of them, but I wasn't. And so I as I was learning about, as a new nurse, I was learning about disease. I knew all about disease and disease. And I had one patient by the name of Adrian, oh, wait, no, no, Ginny Rudolph. Her name was Virginia Rudolph. And her daughter worked as a television host for an online shopping online shopping, and she gave me a pair of rose quartz crystal ball earrings, and that put me on a path of studying what tell me about these crystals and what do they mean. And I didn't know anything about natural crystals and crystal healing and energy healing at the time, but when she gave me those earrings, those crystal balls, and I've long lost them over my travels, but it started me on a path to start studying natural things and things that weren't real common and that were what they would call new age. um, so that's what got me started on my journey into holistic health. And just wanting to I knew how people got sick. I started studying then, well, how do people get cancer? And we all have cancer cells in our body, but it's certain things, certain triggers, certain lifestyle choices, diet, stress, secondhand smoke, sometimes just your genes. It's passed down from your family. So that's the first part of the question, and now I forget the second part of the question. Do you remember?
Yeah, I'm going to repeat my question again. That
Okay.
what about? I want to know about that. What inspired you specialize in holistic health and mental health advocacy?
Oh, the mental health education. Well, myself, I inherited some wonderful gifts from my parents and probably their parents and their parents. And back when I was born, and my mother, I heard she had a nervous breakdown. There was no categories or psychiatrists at that time, or what they would call DSM-3, big books that would tell you, oh, yes, this behavior is this mental condition or depression or mania. So the gifts that I were given were many with that given me has given me extra energy, natural energy. What you're seeing right now is no caffeine, no sugar, and I drink a lot of water. And so I saw my mother had, I would say she was probably bipolar, and then my brother, my youngest brother, who was 15 years older than me, he too was bipolar, and we had a lot of complex PTSD in our family from sexual abuse from infancy on up. And so I struggled quite a bit with, people would say, how, where do you get all this energy? We want to bottle this energy. And I'm thinking, you wouldn't last 10 minutes inside this head with all this energy. Um, and so, my goal in life is to not just educate one person, but to educate the masses. Hence why I pitched my thing to the TV producer, because I want to be able to share my story of being a bipolar ADHD woman, also with complex PTSD. And I know there's natural things that can cure or minimize the symptoms and teach you how to utilize your dysfunction, your illness, to its benefit, instead of it being, oh geez, I got this, and my life is going to suck for the rest of my life. And I was on a lot of psych medication. In 1994, I was in a car accident, and a life-threatening car accident on black ice. And from that moment, I was different. Something, what I would call Kundalini energy, was released from my spine. It's like what they call a coiled snake at the base of your spine. And with the trauma of the car accident, that was released. And then I went to a brainwashing seminar, which was labeled just a self improvement seminar. And when I go to seminars, I don't sit like this, you know. I'm like, what do you got to give me? I sit in the front row always. I want whatever they've got to give me, if it's having to do with improving my health. But what it did was it pushed me over the edge. I got too much, too fast, and I ended up then in a psychiatric hospital where I was, put on medication right away. What I really needed at that time was someone to hold me, and I needed to cry for about an hour and a half, maybe not even that much. And I then was on 10 years of high dose psychiatric medication because I talk fast, I move fast, I think fast. It's just how I was born. Um, I mean, when I think about it, I look at like Alexander Graham Bell with the telephone, or Orville or Wilbur Wright with the airplanes. Do you think they slept? Not much, I'm sure not. And so they had the gift as well, the gift of being curious, the gift of being innovative. And But after being on that medication for 10 years, lots of it, lots of combinations, I could not sign my name as a registered nurse. I couldn't, my synapses weren't firing in my brain. And I had what they called tardive dyskinesia. So I would be I would be twitching and my tongue was always going, and it was awful. And the psychiatrist then said, Suzie, we don't think you should work. We don't think you should work. So I said, well, if you think I'm crazy, then show me the show me the money. And they put me out on psychiatric disability. It crushed my ego for a long time, but then I started using it to my advantage. And so I want to just help other people through natural methods. Like right now, I'm studying cannabis nursing and also psilocybin nursing, which is legal in some states, and shamans and nurse research is a lot of friends of mine, colleagues are very powerful women that have helped change laws. And so I am now beginning to study, even though I've been a big cannabis saved my life as a teenager. I probably would have killed myself at age 12 if it wasn't for cannabis and or medical marijuana or whatever you want to call it. The devil's lettuce is what some people call it. But in at that time, I didn't. I used it to numb myself, to self medicate. Now I use it to sleep. I take a couple puffs, or I'll bake a couple cookies. I take a couple bites of the cookie, and I don't need medicine to sleep. I don't need sleeping pills. And so, and also, I don't want to see other people be medicated. Little children that have rambunctious. What are they eating? What are you feeding them? Sugar, red dye, blue dyes, candy, soda. And then you wonder why they can't sit still. Because I was that child. I couldn't sit still. Now I sit still, but sometimes it's a challenge. So that's what, got me interested in how I can then listen to a patient or a client, wherever they are. My goals are to set up an online platform where I can take clients on a sliding scale fee or a subscription based fee that they can then learn natural techniques to calm themselves down, relax, uh, learn how to cry and to feel. Because a lot of us, we don't feel. It's so much easier to eat a candy bar, and I'm guilty sometimes. I'm not I'm human, and sometimes when I'm stressed, I will eat my feelings. And I was once 243 pounds, which is 110 something kilograms. Yeah. So my passion is just to help people, one on one, wherever they are in the world. People that just need to know that there's nothing wrong with you. You might have had trauma, but it can be healed and managed naturally. That was a
It's
long
really
answer.
fantastic. And what I'm thinking right now, that the secret of your beauty, just I want to know your secret of your beauty. I think that I got the answer, that you drink plenty of water. Am I right? Or if you want to add something about the secret of your beauty, so you can add here.
Well, I drink a lot of water. The first thing I do in the morning is I have a big glass of water with lemon, because in our abdomen is really our brain. We think our brain's up here, but our control system is in our abdomen. And so I want to hydrate. Without our cells being hydrated, you have severe pain and arthritis and constipation and a host of other illnesses that are, you think you're hungry. Oh my God, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I got to eat, 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 eat. And really, you're super dehydrated. Your skin is dehydrated. Your face is dehydrated. So drinking a lot of water. And here now I'm in South Korea, and I've had the opportunity. South Korea is the beauty capital of the world, and there are lots of products. And I am um, right now I am a model for face cream, wrinkle cream. So, so I've been using that twice a day, and it instantly is tightening up my skin. So that, and I love to get fresh air. I get a lot of fresh air, a lot of sunshine, even though everyone here in Korea, they don't like wrinkles. They are all covered up, but me, I like the sun because it's good for my pituitary gland. We need that, our vitamin D. So maybe a lot of people here, they might have beautiful, flawless skin, but they may be super depressed because they're not getting enough vitamin D. So thank you, though. Thank you for the compliment.
Susie, tell me more about the. Tell me, you're welcome. Tell me more about the meditation and yoga benefits, because my students do daily yoga and meditation. So, can you tell me more about the benefits of yoga meditation in your daily life?
Yes, it's so important to get grounded into the earth and to be able to slow down your body and slow down your mind, and also to be flexible and to connect with the earth. When I'm on the ground, not only on a yoga mat, but I like to take my shoes off and go in the grass or walk on the pebbles or walk on a beach or get into a stream with bare feet, even if it's ice cold, because it just really takes so much stress off your body, and it allows your brain to work better. And I in the last couple of weeks I haven't done enough of it, but come Monday I'm headed to the mountains, so I will get plenty of meditation because I'm planning on going to some temples that have been here for hundreds or thousands of years, and do some more meditating so my brain works better and I sleep better, and just everything works better when you have a routine. You know, and it's hard sometimes to have a routine. You know, you got to get up, and if you have children, you got to take care of the children, and you got to take care of the husband, you got to wash the clothes, you got to clean the house. You know, I don't know if you're a mother, but you're a mother to many in your school, I'm sure. And you know, we don't take time to eat. We don't, you know, I don't have a set time that I eat. I eat when I'm hungry, but I try to make sure I have nuts with me or seeds with me. Or I don't believe that dairy is very good for us unless it's coming from a pure source. And in many countries like the United States is the worst with chemicals and poisonous chickens. And you know, I try to eat as much organic as possible. And even when I don't get organic, I use the power of my mind to imagine that that carrot is organic. So we have a lot of powers that we're all born with these gifts. It's just a matter of developing them. So that's a wonderful thing that your students do yoga and take time to breathe, which I don't do enough of sometimes. And then that gives you anxiety. All right. So it's so important to, you know, mindfulness, meditation, exercise, walk around, get off the sofa. I tell my friends who have pain, and you know, I'm 62. I was one, like I said, I was once a fluffy girl, and I try to share with my friends, and I can talk till I'm blue in the face. And it took my one friend 10 years to finally realize that there were natural things she could do to help herself. Is she always 100%? No, but when I watch Facebook, I can tell when she's been out having bagels and donuts and pizza, because she's complaining that her joints hurt and her stomach hurts and this hurts and that hurts. So sometimes we need to suffer a little bit but it's best if we can get on a healthy schedule and a lot, process the emotions, process the sadness, process the fear, process. You've got a lot to do as an instructor, as the vice president of Rayhan School of AI. I mean, that is a big responsibility. And I don't know, do you get a chance to eat lunch? You do? Okay, good. Because as a nurse, nurses,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
nurses are the worst. I think nurses are the worst because we just keep going and going and going and going. But I'm off that hamster wheel now.
Thanks for sharing your feedback. It's really helpful for all of, including me and my students. I want to know more about it. How do you balance your multiple roles like a nurse, coach, advocate, speaker, and writer?
Well, that's where that gift of the bipolar and the complex like the ADHD, the extra energy. It's not always easy because sometimes I'm spinning. I can find myself spinning if I don't make time to do a routine, and routine is so important. So I try to balance, like Facebook. I like social media, but if I want to be super successful, if I want to be a documentary film producer, if I want to be a podcaster or a public speaker, a motivational speaker, um, I need to follow a routine. So I think routine is the best. And if you have to get up an hour earlier to go for a walk around the block, even if it's dark out, bring a little flashlight. But it's so important to have a routine and to do your best to stick to it. Like last night, I was awake all night because I procrastinate until the very end. I work best under pressure, but it's not good for my heart because I've had a massive heart attack with open heart surgeries, and and I know better, but sometimes I don't do better. But when I teach, I have to do. So that's why I like being an educator, because then I have to get on the floor and do the yoga too, and I have to breathe and and be grounded.
What are the central themes of your motivational speech? Is there any specific?
Yeah, I life is short. Life is very short, and it's so unpredictable. You can be healthy one day and the next day you could be in a car accident, or like myself, have a massive heart attack when, you think you're healthy because you look healthy, but maybe you're not healthy. And so it's important for me to express to people that I wasn't always this healthy looking. And even though sometimes you look healthy, are you really healthy? Like, people look healthy and they drop dead. At, I had a massage shiatsu instructor who was the picture of health. He meditated all the time, but he loved donuts. And he would bring them in for us, knowing that they weren't good, but he wanted them. And he fell asleep one day, had a massive heart attack. He was going to do a workshop somewhere in the US, and he just fell asleep, had a heart attack, and died in his sleep at a young age. And my mother died at 54, my brother died at 56, and I was 58 when I took my heart attack. So, and love is really all that matters when it comes down to it. I had so many patients that had big bank accounts and big fancy cars and big fancy jobs, and they just worked and worked and worked and worked and didn't go to their kids' baseball games and didn't make time to go to the birthday party or the roller skating party with their kids. And now they're lying there dying of cancer and have all this money and have regrets. So I think money, we all need money. We definitely all need money to survive. And having lots of money is nice, but sometimes it comes with problems too. But I believe that, absolutely love is the way to go. And if you love what you do, then great. But if you're in a job just for the money and you hate going to your job every day and you hate your boss and you hate the hours and you hate doing the paperwork, then may I suggest that you look for a job that's going to give you pleasure and joy. Because again, time is limited and it goes faster than you think.
Suji, I want to know about that. What challenges have you faced in screenwriting, and how did you overcome them? I want to know more about the challenges and solutions.
Again, it has to do with being focused and being able to sit still. If I don't get enough exercise in a day, I love to play pickleball. That's my favorite sport. It's a cross between tennis and table tennis. Um, but if I don't exercise even 20 minutes, I find that I have a hard time focusing. I have a hard time sitting still because I'll hear something ding in the other room or I'll see a bird fly by. And when I'm not focused, so that's a big challenge for me. I've studied a lot. I've taken a lot of creative writing classes, and I've been writing my life story heavily since 2009, when I lived on an Indian reservation in Wyoming, and I went out there to heal and to get away from cement and noise. And I just needed to be in big open spaces. So I find that, when I was in Pakistan, I had a lot of anxiety. I mean, there were no rules on the highway, and everybody's going this way and that way, and beep beep beep, and it was during Ramadan, and so I love the prayers. I love hearing them, but we were living really close to a speaker, and it caused me great anxiety. So yeah, that I would say just the challenges are, again, am I breathing? Am I drinking enough water? Did I meditate when I got up this morning, or did I pick up the phone and look and see who called me or sent me a message on TikTok or Facebook, because I'm popular on all those sites? And so today, well, the first thing I do when I wake up is I thank God for another day. I thank God, Allah, Buddha, whoever you have believe in or don't believe in. I give gratitude that I get to see another day. And when I wake up, it's a blank canvas. So I may have things to do. I write, like, you know, I give thanks. And today I didn't pick up my phone right away. So it was good. I didn't sleep much, but for even that 45 minutes that I laid my head down, um, I was able to get at least 45 minutes of rest. And when I did open my eyes, the first thing I didn't do was look at the phone. So it's become such an addiction, and you can't escape it. I mean, at my age, we had telephones that were attached to the wall. Okay, so we weren't born with computer chips in our brain. I'm not sure your age, but you're probably born with a computer chip in your brain. That cell phones and computers and I'm an old head, so I envy you, and I would really love to be a high schooler in your school. I don't know how I'd have to wear a mask, I guess, but I would love to be in your school and learn, because the kids are so far advanced, and just the way that Rehan Alawala set the program up, he's a genius. And I love the fact that he wants to see everyone be successful. He wants to see Pakistan be successful, and wants to see Abdul here, Transport Wala, help with the transportation issues for the future. Um, so, yeah, challenges. We all have them. It's just a matter of
Yes.
schedule. Yeah.
Yes, Suzie Rehan Alawala is one of them in Pakistan. He opened the artificial intelligence school, and our students are really brilliant and they have unique ideas. And we have Wala and Wali concept, and they do work on the Wala Wali, and they solve the issues and problem related to the title, like energy Wala and different empowerment Wala, leadership Wali. Seriously, he's really doing great for all of us, for Pakistan, and for our society. And our wishes are with Rehan Allahwala as a founder of Rehan School. So really, he really great, give the great impact in our life. So when you are coming in Pakistan, so again joining us.
I look forward right now. We're waiting for Bilal's visa to come here to Seoul, Korea, and it's already been 46 days. And that, why so long? And being a Muslim, I think, plays a big part in not being allowed to come to certain countries. And there's good Americans, there's bad Americans, there's I've not met any bad Muslims. I don't know any. I don't expect I'll ever meet them, because I'm not going to put myself in situations where they might be hanging out. Um, and But yes, I absolutely look forward to coming to the school. And I talked to Rehan just a couple days, 2 days ago, and he gave me some really good advice in terms of go find a temple, go check in and be quiet for 10 days. Now I might have to, I can do 8 hours, I know, without talking. And that's not talking to myself. That's not talking to the phone, not having pen or paper. It's just being. And I might have to shove rags in my mouth around day 5, but whatever I got to do. I've already started looking for ashrams and meditation retreats for me to go to um, here. So, because we all need help, we all need coaches. We all, I believe we all need someone who understands where we're coming from, understands what is causing all this disorganization. Like, I do a lot of videotaping and I do a lot of writing. And if you said, Suzie, where is that file? I'll be in tears, because I don't know. My organizational skills are getting better. But again, I have to make time and stay off of Facebook and TikTok. And, you know, it's not going to benefit me in the future, because I do believe that soon TikTok will be shut down, at least in certain countries. I believe in America it will probably be shut down, um, because it is a time waster. And I love to laugh, and sometimes I just need that. I need to watch the little kittens talking to each other. And but yeah, if I don't set a timer, uh, oh no, now it's 5 o'clock. Oh Jesus, oh. So yeah, a little bit of discipline. I didn't have any growing up, because my mother died when I was 9. My father died when I was 20, so I was a wild child. And I'm less wild now. I'm still a little wild, but I'm less wild.
Sorry to hear about your parents, Susie. Thank you so much for your precious time and the ideas, the suggestions, the response you share with me, with my audience. It's really great session with you. I would like to say thank you like this, and accept art from Pakistan.
Love Pakistan, love Pakistan, love Pakistani
Is there
people. And I look forward, I really do look forward to coming back and, coming up to Karachi. I believe that's where the school is. And even though my friends say Karachi is a bad place, it's dangerous. It's can be dangerous anywhere. When your time is up, your time is up. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are. When God calls, you're gone. So I that's why I'm not afraid to live, because but yeah, I'm planning. I don't know how soon, but I don't know. We'll have to pray about it, and when Allah makes it happen, I'll come, and I hope to stay more than one day. I hope to meet the students and perhaps be able to give a lecture or two. And also in Lahore, I've been invited to give lectures. Bilal's uncle is a math wizard. He's a math professor at two of the universities, and I've been invited to speak there as well. So I will have to make it a nice long vacation.
Is there any suggestion or feedback you would like to give at the end of the interview? It will be honor for me and all, as well as my students and my audience.
Well, first of all, I think it's very admirable, the position that you're in, the responsibilities that you have. Your English is very decent. I was able to understand you. You have great eye contact, and I can tell just by looking at you that you really care about your students. And that's if it weren't for teachers in my life, I'd be sitting on a bar stool with probably about 10 kids and no life. So it was, again, I admire you, I respect you, and I wish you the very best in continuing to learn and teach. And I want to be in your class. I want to be in your class. I'll get a mask. I'm sure I can make myself look real young with some makeup. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and but make sure you take time for yourself. A little bit of time. And even if you say, I don't have time, I don't have time, I got so much work to do, I don't have time. Well, guess what? If you don't make time for wellness, you will make time for illness. And that's all I
Thank
have.
you so much. Thank you so much, Suzie. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for all the comments, for the feedback. It's really highly appreciated. Bye bye from Pakistan.
Great.
Allah Hafiz.
See you in the movies. See you in
Bye
the
bye.
movies. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.